are Skeleton Horsemen plus Horse Archers. Seriously good in patch 6.3.1. I will be blunt, outside Kalita, I was at a big loss how to make these work for a while, and that's okay. Let's unearth these mysteries. Skeleton Horsemen come at 60 entities with 5,340 health between them. Armor is 30 to start with, not the 20 of the skeletons of the line, with cavalry shields blocking 30% of small arms fire. Leadership is 45, but this is an undead unit. It will not flee, it will disintegrate when completely broken. Until then, it will fight. Speed 76 and charge speed 108 are the numbers that animate this unit. Speed is on life. Melee attack is 24 stock version with an attack interval of 4.5 seconds, no splash damage whatsoever. This means it mirrors a lot of human cavalry in not being super fast attacking in melee, but as light cavalry goes, this isn't awful. Melee defense of 26 is a little better, kind of scrappy. Weapon strength 28 is split base 21, and armor piercing 7 or equal to an Empire Swordsman, which means you don't want 60 of these versus 120 of them in a fair fight. Charge bonus is 34, and mass is 700 per. That's not a small charge bonus relative to the rest, and is key to how to use this unit well. As expected, Hide Enforced, Undead, Causes Fear, Realm of Souls compliant, but this also has Vanguard deployment right out of the crypts. The Horse Archers have the same 60 entities, 5,160 health is 180 less, 3 less per entity. Armor is 30, but no shields. Leadership and speed are the same. Melee attack has been nerfed down to 20, attack interval slightly better at 4.4, no splash damage. Melee defense is likewise down to 22. Weapon strength 20 is split base 17, and armor piercing 3, like the Foot Archers. Charge bonus is 25, hardly nothing, but 9 worse, and mass is 700 again. Ammunition is 18 default, range 140 is equal to the Foot Archers, which certainly isn't always the case in this field. Missile damage of 15 is still accurate here, with actual hits being base 14 and armor piercing 3 per arrow. Unlike the foot units, the reload time really is supposed to be 11 seconds default. Total accuracy 20 is standard, calibration distance 85 meters means it gets less accurate past that, but often that's your lifeline against rival missile troops. Calibration area 3.4 is markedly tighter than the Foot Archers, and no multi-target penetration, barring special campaign mechanics. Kalitas include these as archer units, and that means 33% more armor piercing, 3 becomes 5 at rank 0, and that's just the way that their math works, and max 1 targets penetrated after the first. In the Redline skills, Elite Cavalrymen at 3 pips grant speed plus 12%, not trivial, weapon strength plus 12%, we want this, missile strength plus 8% for the archers. Dune Rider affects both at rank 7 and up for armor plus 10, melee attack plus 5, and physical resistance plus 10%. In practice, that means melee attack is just incredible to have. In the tech tree, the Quickening provides the full package. Charge bonus plus 10 flat for both units. Ammunition plus 15%, and reload time reduction 10% for your Horse Archers, so it's your only source of that for them. Nomad Stock affects only the melee horsemen, but not only gives unit mass plus 20% a nice helping of heft, but melee attack plus 5 and melee defense plus 5 are extremely helpful. Both units benefit from Bone Edifices plus 15 armor, and the archers get plus 10% to missile strength. Unfortunately, none of the blessings really help. Patronage of the Second Dynasty increases the unit caps by 2 each, as does the first tier of the cavalry building, and only the first tier. It never goes up subsequently. So how do we use the Skeleton Horsemen and Horse Archers? For units that are basically universally hailed as bad, I've started to work out ways to use them. But basically, in practice, and especially since the building supplies them in pairs, I more or less do not get anything good out of them operating solo, both because of the limited mass of the riders and steeds, and because 2 cheap units tends to be able to efficiently murder a cheap unit on the other side, like a Greenskins Garrison obligatory Wolf Riders unit. I gutted through a fight against an Alethanar army I thought was fighting to save Wood Elves from him when they'd villainously pieced out beforehand. Ahem. But in that battle, I had a roving squad of 4 skeleton horsemen working together, slamming into archers and other infantry playing ping-pong. It was really ugly, and I won in the end because the reinforcing stack drew off much of the meat of the enemy, exposing a lot of the archers that were reinforcing. But I mean, chariots would have probably won against that specific problem faster. but the collective mass of 4 Horsemen units surprised me. I'm experimenting with pairing Horsemen with Archers in a single control group, using the Archers to add more mass when hitting in melee, and the bottom line is that they're not much worse than the Horsemen in melee stats. They certainly hit softer, but in terms of padding, they're okay for short skirmishes. In such situations, the Horsemen are doing the real work, but Horse Archers are only one of 2 units that can do proper ranged lore work, the other being the Archer Chariots. In that sense, they can have outsized importance in an army, although a lot of armies with Caskets of Souls will get YOLO'd anyway. Horse Archers offer a lot of encouragement in other cases. Both have an uphill battle in the grand scheme of things, and are definitely underdogs, not helped by their techs only lining up some of the time, but the redline skills do line up. I don't want to say don't take the units if you're not willing to put redline skills into them, but I'll say it tends to help. In the end, the arrows won't last forever, and from that point on, the unit lives and dies by its charge bonus and your ability to pull off cheeky charges. Whether those charges mean anything depends heavily on whether the enemy is super elite armored opposition or something middling enough that you can still do damage to it effectively. These days, early game, quote-unquote, lasts for quite a while in this respect. That's because enemies are spamming missile infantry. How are they as opposed to chariots? Chariots have a big advantage in pure infantry destruction. Horse Archers are lures and are contributing by getting 100% of their arrows out in a fight. Okay. Horsemen are much better at attacking enemy cavalry and lower armor monstrous infantry than chariots can ever hope to be. Again, far from useless or worthless, though many will strongly insist their worth is low. But chariots do their one job better. I don't want to say it's a never recruit unit at all, because you may have excellent reason to do so. Just make sure you have some idea how to use them instead of just cheaply wasting them. But ultimately, they are there to die again and again for the cause. Don't be too shot, but do cycle charge. Take care, and have fun trampling your opposition.